Hello everyone, Scott here from Pillow Partners with this week's Scott's Believe It or Not. And this week I have found you a zombie apocalypse island. This is a short-term rental property, but also doubles up as a retreat and escape in the event of zombie apocalypses. That's why it caught my eye. Most people know me for my property stuff, being an expert in property, but I'm also an expert in preparation for the zombie apocalypse. So that's why this one caught my eye here. Why be scrabbling about fighting humans and zombies in the apocalyptic world when you can have your own beautiful island and have such fantastic, well-fortified surroundings here. So you may not be wanting to use this for a zombie apocalypse escape, but they're a holiday instead, which is his original purpose. But I think we could stay here and get some inspiration on perfecting our zombie apocalypse plan. But I love this one, and it's in my Believe It or Not. It's one because it's an island. You need to take a boat to get there. So from a management point of view, if this was ours, there's a few things here that I was like, oh my God, this is an amazing property. It would rent really well, but there's some big things that I would really worry about as the owner or a managing agent. People need to jump in a boat and self-captain said boat to get here. And if I think of some of the guests that we've had over the years, it may be a recipe for disaster. But let's have a little look at this little island in Oxfordshire. Really, really unique, which is why I wanted to bring it to this week's Scott's Believe It or Not. I want to go down, just look at the photos. So I'm not going to click into those, but really, really great quality. Sleeps 22 people. From £1,000 a night with a minimum of 3 night stay. So you're in for making a lot of money. Let's even assume you can get 200 nights booked of this. I think this would be a 200 grand a year income. So like this property, very unique as well. So people just escaping. But look, that's the standard you might expect from that. I really love what they've done with the beds. There's 6, 7, 8. So there's 8 in that room with a sofa bed there. So they're maximizing the space. So I really like that. And it actually works. If you're going to go to a little private island here, big group of 22 of you, then you're probably that's going to be part of the experience, sleeping in bunk beds and lots of people into a room. So I think that works well for this property, whereas it doesn't for a lot of properties. Lots of facilities here that I love. Hot tub, table tennis, outside space, but I love this. Now, from a management point of view, I said we had to get to this island and it would scare me a little. And in the text below, it's basically saying you need to be over 25 to be the main captain of the boat. You take a motorboat here. The owners don't own the island, don't own the lake, but you can only have the right to go from A to B, the crossing point. So for me, there's going to need to be a lot of communications, a lot of guest calls here to say, do you have someone over 25 with a driving license, a responsible person to take this boat back and forward? Don't be going crazy, jumping in the motorboat, doing laps around this island. So you need to be very, very careful here. Extra layers to really chart out the customer journey here and make sure your check-in documents are spot on and guests really know that they just can't go ripping about this lake because the owners don't own it. So that would makes my heart beat thinking of guests after a Saturday night away, thinking let's take the motorboat and race round the island or something, or crashing into jet skiers. So I think this is a great property. Money-wise, it's going to make a cracking amount of money, even doing the figures at £1,000 a night. But I think this would be a really, really amazing experience. And having your own island for £1,000 a night, 22 of you. If you divide that nightly rate by the person, it's a really low per person rate there. 50 quid. So I think that's a great property, and that's why I wanted to bring it to Scott's Believe It or Not this week.